So if you have really thick hair and it's a little bit wavy or curly, I would say more towards the wavier side. I have some really cool tricks and a haircutting tip that could help you if you feel like your hair is a bit too heavy. So I wouldn't say this hair type right here, haircut, is anything super curly, but I'm trying to duplicate what it could be because coming across mannequins with curly or wavy hair is kind of tough. So say your hair is really, really thick, and yes, you do have some wave to it, and if you do have a stronger curl, this haircut technique will help you very, very much. Now, I don't suggest cutting your own hair at home. Go to a really good professional, a licensed professional, stylist or barber. But if you are daring, or if you're a hairstylist and you want to learn ways how to add some texture to men's hair when it's a bit wavy or even a little curly, this is going to help you. So there's a thing called point cutting, right? And point cutting is when you're cutting mostly with the tips of the shears, and you're making little notches. I've done it in loads and loads and loads and loads of my videos. But the one thing that I did find helpful, and what I want to share with you guys today, is that it works really well on curly or even wavy hair. If your hair is really heavy, you want something that's going to get some volume, and your hair just kind of drops all the time. So what you want to do is you want to create shorter pieces within the section of hair. So I like to use my fingers like this as a rake and kind of just find the length of your hair. And if the length of your hair is a lot longer than this, what you don't want to do is cut way too close to the base here, because you're going to end up having these really short pieces that don't look right. So you want to kind of gauge and do it, I'd say, halfway or 3/4 up of the length, all right, of your haircut. So what I'm going to do is I've established the length of the hair. I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to rake it. There it is. And I'm going to make little point cuts into the section. That's it. And I'm going to remove, and what that's doing, it's creating some softness that you don't really want to necessarily see chomps in your hair, but what you want to do is you want to remove some of that weight, and the only way to really do that on thicker hair types with some curl or some wave to it is to chip into it like this. And yes, you will see some hair coming off, so don't freak out when you see hair coming out, but I think this is a great technique. And then after you get really good at it and you're familiar and comfortable with your scissors and you feel confident, then what I normally do is I'll go in like this and I'll just freehand it, and I'm feeling for the weight, and I'm looking to see what areas of the hair are a bit heavy, because hair will show you. It'll basically, it's obvious. If it's a bit too heavy, it's gonna just drop down and it's not gonna have any shape or texture. So by doing this, it's gonna really enhance your curl or your wave. So I wouldn't suggest doing this if you want your hair to be super flat. What I would suggest is do this if you want a bit more texture and something to kind of enhance the curl. And you can even see right in through here already what it's doing. It's already adding a bit more movement and shape to it, as opposed to before, yes, it had some texture and volume, but now it's really starting to come to life. And you can see right here. Now, next thing, it comes down to styling products. So this is my product called Power Cream. It's an extreme hold cream gel. It was one of my first products out, and it's an OG product, meaning original gangster, man. This thing has been around for a while. It's a very, very strong cream gel. And the only reason I'm mentioning this is that in my experience using this on thicker hair types like, straight hair, Asian hair, Middle Eastern, anyone who's got really, really coarse hair, this works great. So it works in like a cream, and then you have limited time to kind of work it in, because once it settles in, it does dry and it becomes pretty bulletproof. But it's a great, great product if you're looking for something to really help you maintain your curl a little bit, and without having to worry about it kind of falling down. It does have some pretty good hold and grip to it. So there it is. And as you can see right here, what it's done is through the haircut, look at all that movement and texture we have now. I mean, if you have a haircut like this and you're a female or a male, it doesn't really matter. But the point here is to kind of show how that technique really helps. And then by applying a product like this, like Power Cream, it's gonna help lock in that hold and give you a great shape. And yes, this is a new black background that I have. I'm actually transforming the Salon Guy Studios into a production studio where I'm going to be renting out my space. I'm going to have 2 workstations that people can rent. My computers, I have iMac Pros here, so people can actually rent them by the hour to edit their videos. They can create content here. Renting the space out, my gear. It's a full production studio. And I'm also still going to be doing hair. I'm not really seeing new clients or anything, but I'm just maintaining my current clientele. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a lot of cool changes in 2020. But let me know if you found this tip very helpful, because I do get a lot of people who comment and ask questions about thicker hair and how they can add some texture. It's really, really heavy, or how to make it a bit curlier or wavier. So hopefully you found this helpful. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more videos with the Salon Guy.